My wife called while I was visiting a client in another state. I'm divorcing you, and I've already sold the apartment to start my life with my new boyfriend. So, enjoy looking for a place, she laughed. I kept calm and told her sounds good, but little did she know a surprise awaited her. I was sitting in a conference room 3 states away when my phone lit up with Gina's name. We'd been married 6 years, and lately things had been tense, but I wasn't expecting what came next. I'm divorcing you, she said, her voice cold and almost gleeful. And I already sold the apartment. Nico and I need the money to start fresh. You'll have to figure out where you're going to live now. My heart stopped. Our apartment? The 2-bedroom we worked so hard to buy together. You sold it? I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. Yeah, got a great offer too. The buyer's moving in next month, so you better start looking. She actually laughed before hanging up. I sat there frozen, 6 years of marriage, and this is how it ends, with her selling our home out from under me for some guy named Nico. I'd suspected she was seeing someone the late nights, the sudden work trips, the way she'd pull away whenever I tried to talk. But to hear her say his name so casually, like I was just an inconvenience she was finally getting rid of, it lit something inside me. Then I remembered something Gina had completely forgotten about. Last year, when we refinanced to get a lower interest rate, my lawyer suggested transferring the deed to my name only. It simplified the paperwork and saved us money on fees. Gina had signed off on it without even reading the documents. Just show me where to sign, she'd said, barely glancing up from her phone. The apartment was legally mine, only mine. She couldn't sell what she didn't own. I immediately called Sammy, my lawyer and longtime friend. Gina just told me she sold our apartment. She what? She doesn't know the deed's only in my name now. She thinks she just pulled off the perfect escape plan. There was silence on the other end. Then Sammy started laughing. Ray, that's fraud. If she took a deposit from a buyer for property she doesn't own, she's in serious legal trouble. What do we do? I'll draft a notice to the buyer immediately. The sale is void. They'll want their money back from Gina, and if she's already spent it, she paused. This could get very ugly for her. I spent the rest of my trip in a daze going through the motions at client meetings, while my mind raced. Part of me was devastated. This was my wife, someone I'd trusted and built a life with, but another part of me felt strangely calm, almost relieved. For years, I'd been making excuses for her dismissive attitude, her casual cruelty, the way she made me feel small. Now she'd finally shown her true colors, and I had the power to do something about it. 2 days later, when I flew home, the buyer had already received Sammy's legal notice. The sale was invalid. They were furious and demanding their deposit back from Gina. I walked into the apartment that evening to find it eerily quiet. Gina's things were still scattered everywhere, but something felt different. The energy had shifted. She came storming in an hour later, phone clutched in her hand, face red with rage. What the hell is this? She screamed, waving a printed email. Some lawyer is saying I can't sell the apartment. It's half mine. I stayed completely calm, which seemed to infuriate her even more. Actually, Gina, it's not. The deed has been in my name only for over a year now. She froze, confusion flickering across her face. What are you talking about? Remember when we refinanced? You signed off on transferring it to my name. You didn't even read the paperwork. You just wanted me to handle everything. For the first time, I saw real fear in her eyes. This is ridiculous. You're blowing everything out of proportion. The sale is already void, I said quietly. The buyer knows it. Their lawyer knows it. And if you spent any of that deposit money, you're looking at fraud charges. Her voice got smaller. You can't just kick me out. I'm not kicking you out. You can stay here while you figure out your next move. But let me be very clear. This apartment is mine legally, and I'm not going anywhere. Over the next week, Gina's anger turned to desperation. She called constantly, leaving voicemails that swung between begging and threatening. The buyer's attorney sent formal demands for the deposit to be returned. Sammy started drafting divorce papers. Nico vanished the second he found out Gina was in legal trouble and had no money. Apparently, his love wasn't quite strong enough to handle fraud charges. Gina moved out 2 weeks later, her things packed into boxes I'd carefully stacked by the door. As I watched her car pull away, I felt something I hadn't felt in years free. Turns out you can't cheat your way out of everything. Sometimes the person you underestimate the most is the one who ends up winning.